Hi, I'm Christy, and I'm going to take you through a 10-minute flow that's totally for beginners. If you've not done yoga before, I recommend you have a few things from your house that will help you. This is a yoga strap. A scarf or a belt will work just as well, or any type of tough canvas. A resistance band is not as useful because it stretches. This is a yoga block. You could get creative and tape up a small Amazon box, or find something around your house that's lightweight but could allow you to have a little bit of extra height. A book will work in a pinch, but that's just hard on your hand, and it's also harder to pick up. And then this is a yoga blanket, but I find it's about the same size as a large beach towel, and a large beach towel that you could just fold up, provides some extra cushioning under your knees, your feet, your elbows, and it's really great when you're just getting started. And of course, your yoga mat. You can get a yoga mat just about anywhere these days, but find one that has enough cushioning that you feel really supported when you sit on it. So we're going to begin by elevating our hips. That always helps when you're asked to do a seated pose in yoga. Put something underneath your sitting bones and find yourself so that you can sit up a little taller. Right away, just by elevating my hips, that really helped me find some length through my spine. I have my legs crossed, but I find that for many people who are just beginning, this is an unusual position they're not used to, and just getting on the floor is enough. So if that's the case, you might take one leg out or just rest your feet more away from you. Just find a place to sit where you feel a little bit supported and comfortable, and close your eyes. The format that I'm about to take you through is similar to the format that we follow in our live Yoga Lemonade classes. I'm just going to shorten everything for our purposes today. Let your hands rest on your knees, lengthen through the back of your neck. Listen for the sound of your inhale, and keep your mouth closed and listen closely for the sound of your exhale through your nose. Feel your chest and your belly rise and fall as you slow down your breathing here. Normally, we can take as many as 20 breaths in a minute. And we're going to slow that down to be always taking less than 10 by being really intentional about our breath. Let your hands drift together at heart center, putting the palms together like a prayer position. And just take a moment and offer gratitude that you are healthy and strong enough today to be able to try. Open your hands, inhale, reach above your head, reaching as long as you can, but keeping your shoulders grounded towards the center of your back. And then drop your right hand to your left knee, take your left hand to the back of your head and gently twist, pulling your left elbow back, opening your chin to the left. And sometimes we get twisted and then we forget to breathe, so take a breath here. And then move on your exhale, bringing your elbow back to center. Take your left hand to your right knee. Take your right hand to the back of your head. Turn your gaze, twist at the waist. I'm keeping my left hip grounded. Opening through your ribs, opening through your side body. And if you're used to always sitting in a forward-facing position, that's how we usually are, then just this gentle twist might start to awaken through your hips and the sides of your body. It's important in yoga to recognize that we observe all those feelings without judgment. So just recognize what's happening in your body like you have a compassion and an observer attitude. Take your legs out in front of you. My hips are still elevated. Bend your knees a lot. If you have a yoga block, you could set it up underneath your knees. Otherwise, just let your knees still be bent. Perhaps slide your heels forward a little bit. And then like I'm leaning with this flat part of my chest, lean forward. If your hands reach your ankles, you can find some anchor there. If not, let your hands perhaps reach on the floor, on the tops of your legs, but find a place for grounding with your hands. I'm not rounding my back, collapsing nose to knees, but rather keeping this nice wide collarbone, pulling my chest forward. Close your eyes. Feel the lengthening of your lower back. Take a big breath in and a nice soft breath out. Give yourself enough time to clear your mind. Give yourself enough time for your body to relax a little bit into the stretch. Breathe in. You're doing great. Breathe out. Good. Let's sit back up and we'll make our way to our hands and knees. Anytime you feel like there's too much pressure on your joints when you're on the mat, that's where your blanket or your towel comes in really handy. On your hands and knees, this is called Tabletop Pose. So we'll get ourselves into a tabletop. Check in that your shoulders make a stack right over your elbows and elbows are right over your wrists. This protects your shoulder joint because now my bones are holding me up with a good straight arm, not a bent elbow. And all 10 fingers are going to spread out and press down into the mat, pressing into that arch between the thumb and index finger as well as all the way to the pinky finger. My feet and hips are about hip-width distance apart, belly in tight. Open your eyes, set your gaze forward, and hug your belly button in. So I'm hugging my belly button like I'm gonna squeeze it into my spine. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, keeping your hands right where they are. Start to push your hips back. You may let your hips drop all the way back to your heels. They may not go the whole way. Then drop your forearms. And now if there's some space between your head and the floor, use your blanket, a pillow, or your block, something to bring the floor to you. And that's really the purpose of our yoga props, is to extend the floor. So this is Child's Pose. Forehead towards the floor, hips towards your heels. A great place to just start to begin to set an intention. Lots of people come to yoga because they want to feel healthier in their own body, and that's really great because you have the space and the time to really pay attention to your body. And it starts right here with setting an intention for what you want and finding your breath. Good, come back up through your hands and knees. I'll keep my block nearby. And again, if you need some support underneath one of your knees, use that pillow or blanket, something soft here. I'm gonna put that support right now underneath my left knee and take my right foot to the floor. You can use your block to help push you up. This is a low lunge position. I should be able to see my right toe, so I have a nice stack of right ankle underneath the right knee, squaring my hips forward, making a big proud chest with the collarbones and shoulders wide. Take your hands out to your side and start to feel the energy all the way from these fingertips, and then slowly with straight arms, elevate your hands to the ceiling and let your gaze follow. I'm not being aggressive with my neck or my arms, and I'm not throwing out my back. I'm lifting through my rib cage and grounding down into my right heel. Good, take a big breath in and exhale. Bring your hands through heart center and then make your way back to the floor. Take your right knee back and let's switch sides. Cushion under your right knee if you need it. Step your left foot forward. Nice stack of your left ankle right underneath your left knee. You might feel this already opening through your right hip, and you might even feel some discomfort. We start to recognize when it's discomfort versus pain. So if you have a little bit of discomfort, we're only here for a moment. See if you can press your left heel down, set your gaze. My hands are nice and strong and my shoulders are steady. Belly pulling in just like we did in the tabletop. Inhale, reach your arms up, let your gaze follow. Like your ribs were gonna lift, but your hips are gonna stay down. Inhale and reach, and exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Hold this for a second, pressing through all 5 toes on your left foot. And then bring your hands back to the floor. You can have a block or something here to help you get your hands there. Take that back, and we'll go back to our child's pose. From your tabletop, hands stay where they are, hips press back. Relax your head and your forearms. Support your head if you need to. This is what full child's pose looks like. Good, take a breath here. And then move on your exhale. Come back to your tabletop. And we'll do a couple cat-cows. So I've got my shoulders stacked right underneath, shoulders stacked right over wrists. Drop your belly, inhale, lift your chin. And then exhale, squeeze your belly button in and arch your back. This is cat pose, like a Halloween cat, arching their back. Tuck your chin to your chest. And here's the thing, in yoga, you really focus on connecting movement with breath. Otherwise, you're just moving around. That could be a lot of different exercises, but the unity, the yoking of movement and breath with your mind and intention is really the fundamental practice. If you did nothing else but just move a little bit intentionally with your breath, you'd be doing yoga. So let's exhale as we round our back. This is a great exercise for anyone who has low back pain and hip issues. Drop your belly, inhale, lift your chin. One more like that. Exhale, round your back. Good. Inhale, keeping your arms straight, just letting your hips and rib cage move. Lift your chin, drop your chest. Excellent work. Tuck your heels up underneath you, sit back. Very good. We'll lay all the way back on our back and just use our strap for a moment. If you have a scarf or a belt, it works just the same. We're taking that about shoulder width distance apart. And I'm gonna hook my strap on my right foot and let my left leg extend. And then just take my right foot with me as I lay down. Notice I don't have the strap down here by my chest. And I don't have it so high I have to lift my shoulders. I have it in a place where I can rest comfortably with my arms. Then press through your right heel, straighten out your right leg. If this is too much, you could put your left foot on the floor. Melt your shoulders wide into the mat and press a lot through your right heel. So this energy is driving through your right heel. You're feeling a lot of lengthening here through the back of your right leg. Here's our order of operations when we're doing our yoga practice. We find the physical posture as best we can, knowing that your body is different every time you show up on the mat. Then we find our breath and our gaze. So hold your gaze steady, maybe looking at your toes, maybe looking straight up, maybe closing your eyes. An internal gaze is still a gaze. And then breathe. Nice straight leg here. We're the opposite of sitting, so we have our foot up above our heart. This is great for blood pressure. This is great for relaxing venous pressure, which causes dilated veins and poor circulation in your feet. So just getting your legs up is really important. Take one more breath here, and then bend your knee, unhook that strap. If you need to sit up again to hook your other leg, you can. I'm going to show you from a reclined position. I just bring that strap to my other foot. Again, if you need to sit up, do that. We'll meet back here, taking the left leg up towards the sky. And you'll notice at the back of each leg, one might be tighter than the other. Your hips are different. We look symmetrical, but we're not exactly. Pressing your left heel up towards the sky. And I've got some good engagement through my right leg. Again, your right foot may need to be on the floor with a bent knee, or just take that leg all the way out. Gently pulling your left knee towards your chest. And I'm really trying to think about a flat foot, like I'm gonna stamp my foot up on the ceiling and I'm pressing through my left leg and my whole leg starts to engage. Even though I'm stretching, I'm strengthening and I'm lengthening as well. And I'm being still and I'm giving myself time to listen to the cues that my body's telling me. So I'm noticing if I feel any pain or twinging or discomfort, and I'm just observing that in a way where I'm taking care of myself rather than being frustrated about it. One more breath here. Bend your knee, unhook your strap. Good. Our last posture is bridge pose. My little girl is in a wheelchair and can't walk, and her physical therapist has always told us that this is one of the best exercises to strengthen the glutes and the hips, which is really important for any kind of weight bearing. So I always try to incorporate some type of bridge pose into our practice. Feet are on the floor. Lay back. I have my knees bent in a way that's comfortable and in a way where I feel like I can put pressure through my feet. And you might want to hang on to the edge of your mat. And then just to the degree that you can, push through your heels and lift your hips. You may only be able to lift a small amount, but I want you to feel the engagement through your glutes, through the backs of your legs, which is your hamstrings, through the fronts of your legs, which is your quadricep. And I'm not looking back, I'm looking straight up. Push your hips up high. Do this as high as you can. I'm really driving through my heels. My toes are light, melting all the way into this broad shoulder base. Everything through my lower body here is tight and contracted, hugging those glutes in, squeezing your belly in, working really hard, strengthening all 3 sets of glute muscles. Inhale, and let's move on the exhale, travel all the way down. Exhale out. Good, gently toss your knees side to side. Keeping your shoulders where they are, so not rolling all the way over, just dropping your knees, maybe rolling your neck a little bit side to side. Good, extend your legs out long, take your hands up above your head, take a big stretch here. If this is your first time doing any kind of yoga on your mat, congratulations for taking that courageous first step. Let your hands relax by your sides. Take a couple deep breaths here. Then put your right hand over and bend your knees, roll over to your side, and gently press your way up to a seat. We'll close our little flow the way we began, seated again. Remember, it's nice if you have trouble being seated to put something underneath your hips. Arrange your legs in the way that's most comfortable for you. And I remind you to have confidence in your body, to recognize that your body can change over time, to find this opportunity to be safe, to be mindful, to be connected, to be grateful. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.